humankind fought against dark creatures. The advantage was clear, but some special humans learned to use magic and fought the demons with it, giving humankind peace. These humans become the Holy Knights. For some reason, 7 Holy Knights betrayed the kingdom. They were known as the 7 Deadly Sins. This is where the adventure begins. Neets are usually referred to as people who take long breaks from society to do whatever they want, causing others to view them as lazy or envy them for having freedom. Meet No Game No Life, Madhouse's new light and playful production featuring Neets with an objective to become god of a new world. The Claymore universe is a place where you don't want to tell a dumb blunt joke. Claymore is loaded with fight scenes and women who are half human and half yokai. With so many turns and twists and curves, you never know what's going to happen next. You will have a very hard time putting this anime on the shelf once you start watching it. Gyosei. The plot is about saving humankind and how humans play God for the sake of themselves. It's a very original show and comes with a deep meaning. There are a few series out there that are just plain enjoyable for its style, and Samurai Champloo is definitely one of them. Samurai Champloo had plenty of funny and cool moments that mostly comes from Mugen's erratic, violent character and Fu's incredibly cute and witty personality. The greatest addition to Samurai Champloo is, without a doubt, the soundtrack by Nujabes. Moving on to Jormungand. Illegal weapons are being distributed across the world thanks to a woman named Hegmatia Koko. An interesting thing about Jormungand is how well they blended the less serious elements of the title with the action. For a title with plenty of gruesome deaths, there is actually quite a lot of comedy in it.
CK 黒資金?
そう、フリーランスの武器商だ。ヨーロッパで活動。噂じゃ諜報員崩れやらなんやら。そいつだと思うよ。
それをちゃんと伝えたんですか？危ないやつだったらどうしましょう。ココが心配です。
俺から言わなくても分かってるって。それにココさんには5人もついてってんだぜ。
おお、すっげえ。
何？
彼だってさ。
久々の狩りじゃ。狩りじゃ。俺らのボスは時々過激だぜ。
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? What is this odd thing that everyone seems to be crazy about? An anime that's based on a manga that was written in the 80s? It must be some boring shit, right? This couldn't possibly be as great or entertaining as people are hyping it up to be. Right? Wrong. Okay, well, maybe not in all cases. Honestly, I guess it depends on your mindset and your willingness to suspend your disbelief and watch something for the sake of enjoyment. I guess the question comes down to, do you actually enjoy watching anime? Is it something that genuinely brings joy to your life? If the answer is yes, then this is an anime for you. It's amazing the kind of titles that go by unnoticed. Having watched Michiko and Hanshin, I am utterly shocked that next to nobody seems to know about it, much less give it the kind of credit that it truly deserves. The show starts off with a convicted felon, Michiko, a woman with a brash and disrespectful attitude towards authority, who manages to escape from an inescapable prison for the 4th time in a row. Enter Hana, a 9-year-old girl who suffers under the care of her abusive foster parents and siblings in the form of verbal lashings, emotional torture, and even physical abuse. Hana just wants to be rescued from her hellish home, and she gets her wish granted. Sort of. The only gripes I have about the plot is that the story progression from episode to episode does occasionally skip ahead, leaving you with questions like, did that guy from the last episode get killed, or did those two work out some kind of agreement? Also, the politics and hierarchy within the crime syndicates are not described in the level of detail that they should have been, resulting in moments of confusion involving some of the characters' roles in the show. But overall, the plot is tight and entertaining as hell. I think it deserves to be put on the same pedestal as anime such as Cowboy Bebop.
動くな。いいぞ。ロデオだロデオ。ちょっとじっとしてなさいよ。謝んなさいよ。 なさいって。私悪くないもん。何にもしてないもん。ああそう、私に歯向かうってのね。分かったわ。だったらあんたが出て行きなさいよ。どうせあんたみたいな子うちにはいらないんだから。
No doubt, when it comes to storytelling, this anime ranks near the top. The articulate weaving of destiny wrote by the creators is a tale that can inspire anyone of age to dream. How can anyone not sympathize with the emotions of all three main characters at some point? The development of these three really shines. Unfortunately, Berserk is probably most well known for its infamous ending. No other anime has ever had so many people screaming for a sequel. The first episode gives us a glimpse of what happens beyond the ending, but we're never told how the story got from the last episode to the first. And those of us who want to know more about what happened that day will ultimately have to read the manga. But with all the epic storytelling and characters, Berserk makes for an epic experience.
何グズグズしてんだよ。うまいだろ。よし、その調子だ。お嬢ちゃん、残さずに全部舐めとるんだぞ。ついでにテーブルの上を全部舐めてきれいにしてくんな。そいつはいいや。ガバル、誰だ。なんだ貴様、俺たちが誰だか分かってんのか。
See, I think many people, they watch one episode of Kingdom and they go, hell no, I ain't gonna watch any CGI 3D failure. And I'll admit it looks pretty silly sometimes, but hey, I'm a story kind of guy, so it didn't really bother me. I think it's unfortunately because of this that Kingdom is so overlooked. The animation takes a step back to 2D later during the first episode. It's mostly the fight scenes that are rendered 3D, so if you can live with that, you're in for a great story. The thing that sometimes puts a stick in the wheel for Kingdom is the censorship of violence and brutality. People don't get cut in half, instead they just fly off towards the horizon. Kanki is known as Kanki the Beheader, and while we do witness bloody sacks of supposed dead soldiers' body parts at some point, we never actually see it. Violence and brutality in moderate proportions can add seriousness and give the show a deeper level of authenticity and realism. And I think with a show like Kingdom, a war anime based on Chinese history, this would seem very important. But even without much at all, it pulls itself off surprisingly well. The positive and most pivotal aspect of the fight scenes/wars is the sheer amount of detail and creativity that goes into them. Every war and fight scene tops the last, and it's one of those rare long-running shows that gets better every arc. This is one of those instances where before I've even started on the show, I am looking at the number of episodes it has and thinking, I'm never gonna get through this. It's kind of ironic how you can judge the series before having watched anything, and then when you do, you end up reading the manga for further material. With all that praise, Season 2 really takes off with a kaboom, and I am eagerly waiting for the third season to arrive. So for those of you looking for an amazing tactical, chess-stylish, action-packed adventure show, here is Kingdom. In a decade full of pulse-pounding action, stoic Bishonen antiheroes, malicious girls, and vampire cheerleaders, Fantastic Children has been largely ignored. Perhaps it is the simple, childlike character designs, the lack of an immediate impact on the viewer, or perhaps because it did not include the aforementioned conventions. Whatever the reason, Fantastic Children deserves far more attention than what is bestowed upon these cliches. If even 2 or 3 anime per year had a plot as good as this one, I would consider myself a blessed individual. Epic in its scope but down to earth in the way one can relate to it, Fantastic Children is one title that everyone can enjoy.
さあ行こう。
まさかここに残ろうと思ってるんじゃないだろうな。
そう思ったらどうだと言うんだ。もう嫌だ。僕はここに残る。急にどうしたというの、アルザ。急にだって、急なもんか。みんなだって分かってるはずだ。僕らのやったことは間違ってたんだ。もう疲れた。僕はここにいたい。 僕はコンラード・ルーゲンだ。弱虫、裏切り者。あなたがいなくなったら私はどうなるの？お願い、パルザ。
パルザ、お前の気持ちがどうあれそれを認めるわけにはいかない。立てパルザ。
コンラード、ママ、コンラード、ママ。
Oh man. Whoa. Coke is magic. So, this is an anime that I have been really looking forward to showing you guys, and it is called Kino no Tabi, also known as Kino's Journey.
空は果てしない心の鏡だからね。
Kino no Tabi is a subtle psychological drama that contemplates human nature through the contrast between its softly painted world and the stark reality of the lives of its inhabitants. Kino's mystery and sensible attitude to traveling across various lands and cultures beckons the viewer to journey along with an open mind. Fans of thought-provoking anime need look no farther than Kino's Journey to whet their appetizers, as few, if any, anime are more thought-provoking. Each episode is packed to the gills with food for thought, sometimes giving the viewer as many as 2 or 3 different things to contemplate within a single episode. Not all of the messages are immediately apparent, and some are presented in as few as 2 lines. This is definitely a watch it twice and discuss it type of show if there ever was one. Kino's Journey will make you take a good look at humanity and think about the way you live your life. The world is not beautiful, and yet it is, but Kino's Journey itself is an elegant masterpiece. But if you want flashy action scenes and brightly colored humor, then this show is not for you. It is a much more quiet type of entertainment that imparts nuggets of wisdom and inspires a reflective mood. And as most of you may already have realized, I have used Kino as my avatar for all of these anime recommendation videos. So for those of you asking me where that guy was from, you know, it's actually not a guy, it's a girl. So don't you dare lay a finger on her. Oh, and here is an anime from my childhood. I fucking loved it.
Here they are for one and all. The Moomins are about to call. Come on and sit down here with me. They're here for you on your TV. They are the Moomins.